Okay, so Anna, for you as well, there's a playlist in the chat, and we will be starting in a child's pose. So in that child's pose, you may grab a cushion just to support your belly. You probably want to bring your knees out as wide as your mat, big toes together to touch, and allowing yourself to fold, resting forehead onto your mat. Your shoulders are relaxed, elbows relaxed. And just starting to settle in. Focusing on your breath. And starting to count your breath. How many counts is your inhale? And how many counts is your exhale? And once you know, maybe it's 4 counts or 5, whatever it is, just add 1 count to both if you can. Slowing that breath down. Lengthening it. Finding extra space into your belly and your chest to breathe. And trying to stay with that count. Maybe even adding another count if you can. And you're starting to let go into your body. Every exhale, an opportunity to release. To surrender your body down to the earth. And to soften. And welcoming yourself into your space here tonight. And actually feeling into your body. Noticing any sensation. And becoming really aware of every inch of your body that is currently connecting with your mat. So your hands, your forearms, maybe your elbows, your knees and shins, and tops of the feet. And your third eye space. The space in between the eyebrows. And just notice the sensations of the connection of your skin with that mat. Okay, you let go a little bit deeper into those places to get your body heavier. And to find that space where you can surrender. And check in here with your hips for a moment. How do the hips feel? Your inner thighs. And if you want, feel free to bring the knees out slightly wider now. For the last minute into this pose. Allowing yourself to let go. And then taking that last minute here to maybe set yourself an intention for your practice today. Anything you need. Anything you want. Anything you're looking for. And maybe you can give that intention just one word. What's your word for today? Kindness, love, acceptance, softness, whatever resonates with you today. And then take a deep breath in through your nose. And with an exhale, sigh the breath out. And with that sigh, you allow your intention to flow into your space and guide you through your practice today. And then gently start to lift the forehead off the mat, pressing into your palms and slowly starting to walk the hands back towards the body. Noticing any sensations into the hips, taking your cushions out of the way. Just keep them within hand reach. And then bring your knees back into the center. Feel free to take maybe any sways with the hips from side to side. Whatever feels good right now. Just to give that hip some space. And then we're going to tuck our toes under here. Knees are together, feet are together, toes tucked. You start to sit back down onto your heels, coming into our toe stretch. So in a toe stretch, you want to make sure that all your toes, even the little one, the pinky toe, kind of flops underneath. So make sure that's happening. And you're going to bring your hands lightly into your lap, maybe fingers interlocked. Just lengthen through the spine, gently pulling the navel in. Your shoulders are soft, and close your eyes. And a toe stretch. It's one of those poses that start to get really intense quite quickly. There's a really deep opening into all those energy points, acupuncture points on the soles of our feet. There's tons of them there. And it's a stretch that we don't, let's say, often do. So it may get uncomfortable pretty quickly. But see if you can let go, even into those toes. Keeping your breath soft. Your upper body relaxed. And don't worry, I won't keep you here for 5 minutes. Just another 5 breaths or so more. So try to stay with me if you can. If you need to let go, you always can, but this is one of those poses where it's worth the challenge. The release is big. All our meridian lines start somewhere in the feet, except for one. The feet is the starting point or the end point. Just taking one final breath in and a deep exhale. Slowly, softly opening up the eyes, keeping the gaze down towards your mat. Walk your hands forwards, taking the weight off the feet, lifting the feet off, and just tap the tops of your feet a few times onto your mat and notice how good that release feels. Maybe circling the ankles a few times, squeezing your toes in and out. Just becoming aware of all the sensations in the feet there. Does it feel good or not? What do you feel actually? And then drop the feet down, tops of the feet into the mat. And just start to sit back down onto your heels. I'm going to lean back on this one straight away. Hands come behind the back, fingers facing forwards. You're going to press gently into those palms to lift your heart, opening the chest a bit. And then starting to bend into the elbows and lifting your knees off the mat, if that's available for you. So you want to feel this stretch into the tops of the ankles, tops of the feet. So potentially it's already enough to just sit like this and have the knees down. That would be fine as well. So just check in with yourself. Notice how far you can go. And when you've reached your point where you feel, I can be here for a minute or two, and just stay there. And close your eyes. Letting go of any tension in the legs, the knees. Try to keep the knees together. Let go into the feet, the ankles, the toes. Only your inner thighs are slightly working just to keep the legs together. Starting to feel that heating sensation into the tops of the ankles. Keep your breath deep down into the belly. Three more breaths. Maybe leaning slightly back for your last breath. And then slowly press into the hands so you can come back down with the knees. Walk your hands forwards, come into tabletop. And again, just lift the feet off the mat and maybe take some circles again with your toes, taking the pressure off the ankles. Lots of stuff happening there probably. And just feel that warm sensation. And then bringing the feet down. Coming into tabletop. Hands are stacked directly underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide, knees underneath your hips, and just starting to flow. Maybe with your eyes closed through a basic cat and cow. Inhales, belly down, heart lifts. Exhale to round the spine. Pull the belly in, chin to chest. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale. Inhale. And just starting to find your own pace. And feel free to bring in any other movement. Wherever your body wants to go. And while you're flowing here, just bring your one word back into your mind's eye. What does that word represent for you? What does it look like? What does it feel like? One last breath. And come back to center. Now from your tabletop, you're going to lift your right hand up towards the sky. Peel the right shoulder open. Pressing gently into your left hand and reaching through the right fingertips. Inhale, lift the heart. With an exhale, you're going to slide your right hand all the way underneath, bringing the right shoulder down into your mat, right cheek, right ear down into the mat. Your left hand can either stay exactly where it was, or you start to lift the left hand up towards the sky, and then reach it all the way overhead and forwards, coming light onto your left fingertips. And then try to relax into your right shoulder. Try to relax into your hips. Soft belly breath. And even though you need some sort of effort to stay into this pose, where can you relax and let go? Allowing Okay, I kept you guys way too long in that pose because my microphone stopped. Can you all hear me again? Can you hear me now? Yeah? Okay. So you were supposed to come up already like 2 minutes ago. Yay. Sorry, that's a pity. So from your tabletop here, coming back into the center, I'll take it over to the other side. So you're gonna lift your left hand up. Inhale to reach and lengthen. Gentle pull of the navel and lifting the left fingers as high up to sky as you can. And then with an exhale, sliding left hand down all the way underneath, finding your other side. And then again, you have your option to take the right hand up to sky as well and reach it all the way over your head and forwards, coming light into the right fingertips.
And just allowing yourself to collapse into the shoulders, left shoulder fully relaxed. Keeping your left fingertips soft. Just staying really closely connected with your breath. Taking one more deep inhale. And with your exhale, slowly right hand back first, just in front of your face. So you can gently press yourself up. Lifting the left hand up one more time. Inhale. And with your exhale, slowly bring the left hand down. Tucking your toes under. Taking a deep breath in, starting to press gently into your palms. And with an exhale, just come up for down dog, just for a few moments. And feel free to pedal it out a little bit here. Lifting your heels a few times, bending into your knees. And shooting your hips up nice and high. Trying to find space into the shoulders. Heels close towards your mat. And then start to walk your hands all the way towards your feet, towards the back of your mat. Planting feet really hip width apart, grounding them deeply. Bending slightly into your knees and then grabbing a hold of your opposite elbows. And finding a good forward fold. Dangle pose here. So feel free to sway a bit from side to side. And then finding your center at some point. And then just fully letting go into your head, your neck. Let that space in the neck fully let go. Maybe challenging yourself by closing down the eyes while you're hanging upside down. Trying to find that full surrender of the upper body. And maybe let even go of your hands if you just want to have them hanging. Whatever feels best for you. Noticing those shaky sensations into the legs. That tingly feeling running all the way from your feet towards your lower spine. And that might start to feel a little bit uncomfortable. But just see if you can keep letting go into your upper body. Let the legs shake a little bit. Let them tremble if that's what they do. You just stay with your breath. And you stay connected with your word. Three more breaths here. Find that full surrender. And at the end of your third breath, just gently plump the hands down into your mat. Lift the chest and you start to walk your hands back forwards towards the top of your mat. Bring your knees back down and start to lower your entire upper body down towards the mat as well. Bringing your hands folded underneath the forehead and just rest here for a moment. Picking up on all the sensations in your legs. Your feet. Just notice what's happening out there. Really be as present as you can with those sensations. And then slowly start to come up into your forearms. Our next pose is Sphinx. And for Sphinx, you may want to grab some props. So if you have a yoga block, keep a yoga block close. And you may want to grab a cushion as well and keep that close. So my preferred variation of Sphinx is to take one cushion, slide it underneath my ribs for a little bit of support into the ribs. My arms, 90-degree elbow angle. So our elbows are stacked just underneath your shoulders. Fingers are spread wide, palms are down. And you have another option here. So you may grab your block, place it just, let's say, in between the hands, and rest your forehead on it. If you don't have that block, that's okay. You either can keep your head up, just lengthening through the neck, or you keep your head hanging, that's fine too. You just want to slightly lift the chest. I'm trying to bring that sensation in as if you're bringing the shoulder blades together in the back. And you have options for your legs too. So you may want to play around with bringing your big toes together. The legs are almost touching. Or you may bring them a little wider out. There's a different sensation into the lower back between the two options. So check in what feels best. Bring your focus towards your big toes. That's where our stomach meridian line starts. And that stomach meridian runs all the way from that big toe over the top of the feet, front side of the legs, over the hips, over the stomach, of course. And all the way up higher towards the head. Just allowing this pose to ground you. With your belly breathing deep into the earth. And with that stomach meridian being all about grounding and about digestion. Not just digestion of food, digestion of life experiences too. So what experience, what life experience needs some processing, some digestion for you? Maybe bring that experience into your mind's eye while you're here, while you're breathing into your belly deeply. Taking one last deep breath in here through the belly. And an exhale to side out. Now take your block away if you have that underneath your face. And gently lift the chest so you can take away your cushion as well. And then lay down back into the belly. This time shoot your arms behind you and pick your favorite cheek. And then just resting the whole body down. Again, just allowing to surrender. Fully giving your whole body weight to the earth. And just noticing any sensations here. Gently starting to lift your head, placing the hands underneath your shoulders. And while keeping your eyes soft, just press back up into tabletop. Now from tabletop, we're going to go straight away to our next pose, which is sleeping swan. So you're going to slide your right shin forwards. In our yang yoga, we call this pigeon. You want to make sure here that your right knee is pointing out towards the right edge. Your right ankle is almost towards the left edge of your mat. And you start to walk your left foot down the back. Now, if there is a lot of space between that right hip and the floor, feel free to bring a cushion underneath. Maybe keep another cushion close or a block close. So you can come all the way forwards onto your forearms. And if you have the space to go deeper, then do so. Maybe you're just really wrapping your arms around your cushion so you can really settle and relax into this pose. Sinking into your hips. And take some time here to settle. It's going to be here for quite a while. You want to make sure you're comfortable. Finding that edge. Not going over it though. And once you've found your spot, stay. Stay and release. Breathe into your hip space. Allowing yourself to let go into your muscles. Because it's when we do that, when we let go into our muscles, we can go a little bit deeper, releasing any tension into our connective tissue, our fascia. And it's that fascia that holds all our emotions, our stress, our worries, anxiety. You can only reach that by letting go of that first layer of the muscles, our skin and bones. And usually all that tension centers somewhere around a joint. So in this position, where can you let go into the muscles around your hips? Can you allow gravity to do the work here for you? Slowly start to open up into that fascia. Creating physical space and emotional space. Allowing energy, prana, or life force, whatever you want to call it, allowing that energy to flow. To not get stagnant and stop around the joints. Giving you another minute or so to stay here. So if you want to walk your back foot out a little further, just to find that edge again after going deeper, feel free to realign, reposition, and sink back into it. Giving your body permission to let go, to surrender. Keeping your focus within that hip space. And maybe bringing your one word in again. And whatever word you chose, where do you feel that in your body? for the last few breaths, just see if you can let go that last bit more. Knowing you're almost coming out of it. And then you gently rise back up into your hands. Keeping your eyes soft, tucking your back toe under, lifting your back knee, and just very gently step back into your downward facing dog. Just pedal that right foot out a little bit. Give those hips the space that they need. And when you're ready, you can take your left shin all the way forwards in between the hands almost. Finding again your alignment here, checking how your shin wants to be positioned, what angle it wants, if you need your props or not. Use whatever you need to settle in. Again, we'll be here for quite a few minutes. Make sure you're comfortable. And then melt into that hip space. Maybe taking a few breaths just on the top here. And only once you're really ready, you come all the way down. And use any props underneath your belly, or maybe a block underneath the forehead. Whatever you need to support your upper body so you can let fully go into it. Bringing your intention back into your body, wherever it had wandered off to. Noticing where you tend to hold on to something. And if you can, let it go. Releasing more and more. Noticing what's happening into that hip area. Allowing yourself to be uncomfortable. Knowing that you're working. Just creating space for yourself. Space for that energy to flow freely, to not be blocked. To nourish your body, every part of it, to nourish your soul, your brain. 5 more breaths. Soften. And when you're ready, very, very slowly, you start to come back up all the way into the hands. And take any props out of the way. And then sit your left hip down this time so you can swing your legs all the way forwards. Soft and slow movement, and just give that legs a bit of a wiggle, or maybe up and down. Just grooving again some space into your legs, whatever feels good here. Shaking the hips. And we're going to roll straight into our next pose. This is a funny one. So what you're going to do, from here, you're going to bring your right forearm down, but turning out towards your right side. Kind of as if you're going to chill out on the beach here a little bit. Which is not happening with the rain here. Then you're going to lift your left leg up, keep it straight, and cross that left leg all the way over to your opposite side. Feels a bit funny. Now you're going to bend into your leg that's underneath. So the right leg bends. You grab a hold of your right ankle or foot, whatever you can grab. And then gently start to press the right foot into the left hand. And you may be able to wiggle your right knee a little bit more towards the left. Now this is option number 1. Option number 2 is to start to release your upper body down to the mat. So you take away kind of that right arm. So you find it more into a twisted variation where you lay flat. You maybe lift the heart a little bit more up towards the sky, but you keep pulling that the right foot into the left hand. And then optional to bring the right hand on top of your left thigh to pull it in a little closer. And this pose is called the cat pulling its own tail. So even though you need a little bit of effort, mostly to keep that grasp between the foot and the hand, besides that, can you let go? Bringing your gaze over towards your left shoulder. Just releasing wherever you can. Let your body ground. Not trying to keep yourself up or twisted in any kind of way. Just let it fall and see where it lands. Doesn't matter. Your hips are relaxed and soft. Your left shoulder slowly starts to drop closer towards the mat. Your face relaxes. Take that tension out of your jaw. And let go of that frown in between your eyebrows. Breathing into your belly and breathing into your heart space. Where do you feel this? Where do you feel your body is opening up? Three more breaths. And at the end of your last breath, the first thing you'll do is let go of that right foot with the left hand slowly. And then start to roll down into your back. Legs come back into the center. Finding an in-between relaxation pose just to realign the body. It's a really good pose to feel the difference here between your left and your right side. Where do you feel the sensations? Where can you feel the energy move around? Finding that softness. And then slowly hugging knees into chest and just roll over to your left side. You can gently press up. And from here, we're going to take the same pose on the other side. So you're going to stretch your legs out. Planting left forearm down into the mat, pointing out to your left. Lifting right leg up, crossing it all the way over. Maybe wiggling around a bit on the hips so you're on your side. And then starting to bend into your left knee, grabbing a hold of the left foot with the right hand. Maybe wiggle the left knee a little bit further towards the right. And if you want, you may start to slide the elbow underneath the body out. And just laying down onto the back. And feel free here, because you want to increase your twist as deep as possible, to wiggle the shoulders around a little bit until you find that spot. Maybe the left hand goes towards the right thigh. Your gaze goes over to your right shoulder. And then again, just a grip of hand and foot. That's all you got to do. The rest, let's go. And this is one of those few poses where we're working on almost every meridian at the same time. We're twisting, we're pulling, we're heart opening, back bending, all at the same time. The more you allow your body to relax and surrender, deeper your holistic opening. Creating that space in every possible way. And feel free to grab your foot a little tighter and lift it up and bring it over more towards your right side, just to increase your stretch or twist a bit, if that's what you need. And then again, your hips relaxed, shoulders soft, jaw relaxed, face relaxed. Finding stillness. Just you and your breath. Three more breaths in here. And then first thing again you'll do is let go of your foot, extending your left leg out again and then rolling back towards the center. Bringing your body in the middle of your mat. And start to get ready for your final Shavasana, your final relaxation. Maybe wearing something warm, covering yourself up, whatever you need right now. Using props to support your body. And then again, settle in. Noticing every inch that's connecting with your mat, connecting with the earth, your heels, your calves, your hips. Maybe your lower back, middle back, and shoulders. The triceps, elbows, underarms. Wrists and tops of the hands, fingertips just curling up. Letting go in all those body parts. And the back of your head feeling heavy and supported as well. Allowing your neck and shoulders to soften. From here, there's only one thing left to do. Break ourselves open and love our way through. Love every wound until it begins to heal. Love hardened hearts till they begin to feel. Love until violence turns to shudders and sobs. Love till light breaks through shadows and fogs. Love until wings spread from deep pits of fear. Love until the truth is perfectly clear. From here, there's but one place left to go, surrendering to love's unstoppable flow. And slowly start to bring some movement back into your body. And making your way, taking your time, but making your way slowly up towards seated. Maybe giving yourself a good stretch first. Keeping your eyes soft or closed. And then bringing your hands into your heart space whenever you're ready. Bowing your forehead down towards your fingers. And bringing your one word back into your mind's eye for the last time. What was it that you needed or wanted or were looking for? And how can you bring that into your life? Letting your practice manifest it for you. The love and the light in me honors the love and the light in you. Namaste.